Good morning, my dear friends. Today we will learn about silent feature of our constitution. So let's begin it. Silent feature of constitutions. So the first question which come in our minds that what is constitution? Constitution is a set of law according to which a government of a country functions. So what makes India's constitutions different from others? Although India has borrowed most of the provision of our constitution from different countries, but there are some difference between the Indian constitution and the other constitutions. Constitutions are of two types: the unwritten constitution and the written constitutions. India and US has written constitutions, where Britain has unwritten constitutions. So let us learn about the silent feature of our constitution. So Indian constitutions is the lengthiest ones, which originally has 8 schedules and 395 articles. The most of the provision in our constitution are borrowed from the Government of India Act. It is said that about 250 provisions are borrowed from it. This is the historical factors behind the behind the lengthiest of our constitutions. So the Government of India Act 1935 contains the emergency provisions, the public commissions, the governors and the federal structure. Along with it, there are some other provisions which are borrowed from Government of India Act 1935. Our constitution is a single constitution for center and state both. Many countries have separate constitution for their states and for the center as well, like the US. Originally US has only 7 articles, but with the passage of time it has increased up to, I think, up to 10 or 12. I am forgetting about it right now. Another reason for this lengthiest part of our constitution is domination of legal advisor. Look, what legal advisors basically do, that in our constituent assembly, most of the members were from legal background. So this was the basic reason for the lengthiest one of our constitution. Another silent feature is drawn from various sources. Our constitution makers had studied the constitution of various countries and borrowed some of the provision from those countries with some modifications which is suitable for our country. The philosophical part, that is the DPSP, that is Directive Principle of the State Policy and Fundamental Rights, are borrowed from Britain and Ireland. Sorry, the fundamental rights are borrowed from not Britain, it is borrowed from US, not Britain, sorry. The structure part, as we have already studied before, the structure part of Government of India 1935, about 250 provisions are borrowed from this Government of India Act 1935. Our constitution is also a flexibility and rigidity, blend of flexibility and rigidity. What does flexibility and rigidity means? Flexibility means कि constitutions of our country can be amended easily. In Article 368, there is a provision to amend our constitutions. And rigidity means that it is quite difficult to amend some provisions of our constitutions. So our Indian constitutions are blend of this flexibility and rigidity. Another silent feature is federal government with unitary bias. As we know that India is a federal government, which means that the powers is divided among various level of the government, that is at the central level, at the state level and at local level. The power are decentralized. This is the basic meaning of federalism. So in our constitution we have the provision of federal form of government. The federal government. What are the basic features of federal government? Written constitution, supremacy of constitution, bicameralism, decentralization of power, independent judiciary, and what are the non-federal characteristics? Single citizenship, flexibility of the constitution, emergency provisions. So all these are available in our constitution. Our constitution has independent judiciary, provision of single citizenship, emergency provision, and so on. So it is said that India is a quasi-federal government with unitary bias. Why it is said that unitary bias? Because during emergency time, the central government becomes supreme, and all the state and local government automatically subjugated towards the center. So this is the basic reason why India is also known as the quasi-federal state. Another salient feature is the parliamentary form of government headed by instead of president. As the parliamentary form of government establishes the relationship between the executive and the legislature. This kind of feature is absent in presidentialship of the government. That is why our constitution makers has adopted this parliamentary form of government from Britain. But there is difference between British parliamentary form of government and Indian parliamentary form of government. What are these differences? Is that India is a republican form of government, whereas the Britain is monarchical form of government. What does we mean by republican form of government? That is, head of the state is elected by the people, whereas in monarchical form of government, the head of the state is not elected by the people, rather it is based on hereditary post. So there are some features of parliamentary form of government, that is the rule of the majority, the head of the state, and the real and nominal head of the state, and dissolution of the lower house. These are some basic features of parliamentary form of government, and mainly in parliamentary form of government, the real power are exercised by the council of ministers headed by the prime minister. Another basic salient feature is the fundamental rights. Look, these fundamental rights are the rights which are granted by our constitutions. Without these fundamental rights, our life in a state or in a country is useless, because these fundamental rights provide us certain power and limit the authority of the government. Another salient feature of the constitution is DPSP and fundamental duties. What are DPSP? These are the DPSP basically the obligation of the government that it must keep in its mind while formulating the different policies. And there are some three kinds of ideas which are mentioned in DPSP, that is liberalism, socialism, and Gandhiism, which will be studied further. The fundamental duties. Originally, it is not mentioned in our constitutions, but by the amendment of 1976, that is 42nd Amendment, these fundamental duties are added to our constitutions. Actually, these fundamental duties reminds the people that along with the fundamental rights, the people has some duties toward the nation. Another feature is the secular state. Secular state basically means that the state does not have any own religion, and it will not interfere in other people's life. Also peoples are free to practice any religions irrespective of caste, color, creed, gender, etc. India also has the judiciary. Look, this judiciary is also known as the guardian of our constitutions, which issued writs when someone's fundamental rights are violated. our constitution also have the provision of universal adult franchise, that is, voting rights are granted to all the people who are above 18 years of age. Originally it was granted to those who attained the age of 21, but after the 86th Amendment Act of 1988, it was reduced to 18 years during the tenure of Rajiv Gandhi. India also has a provision of single citizenship. What does this single citizenship signifies? That people of India are part of single country. Single country. That is why in Article 1 it is mentioned that India is a union of state. India is a union of state. What does this means? This basically means that the state does not have any rights to secede from India, and the states, and there is no agreement between the state and the center. All states have subjugated towards one country, which forms India. India also had independent constitutional bodies such as the Public Commission for Center and the states. This that is UPSC. What is the full form of UPSC? Union Public Service Commission. This recruits candidate for all India services. And in state there is also provisions for state public commissions, which recruits people for the state public commissions, and there is also provisions for election commission. These are the constitutional bodies. Election commission, what is the basic work of election commission? Election commission basically conduct elections in the country at various level. There is provision of election commissioner at center and states. The states election commission conduct elections of local bodies, whereas the central election commission conduct election at the central and state level. There is also another constitutional body, that is CAT, that is Comptroller General of India, which audits the accounts of Government of India and state government. There are some emergency provisions. These emergency provisions are basically mentioned to meet the extraordinary circumstances. There are three kinds of emergency provisions. That is the national emergency, the state emergency, and the financial emergency. There is also three tier of government mentioned in our constitution. That is three tiers of local government. Originally it is not mentioned in our constitution, but by 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment Act, these provisions are mentioned. That is at district level, at block levels, and at local panchayats. The cooperative society also gets their place in the constitution by the amendment of 1970, which are amended in 2011. The in DPSP also the provision of cooperative societies are also mentioned. So this is the broad and detail about the silent feature of our constitution. But there is some criticism about this constitution, that it is a borrowed from various sources. Although the constitution makers said that these borrowed provisions of constitution are made suitable for our country. It is also said that it is a carbon copy of 1935 of Government of India, as most of the provisions are brought from this. It is also said that it is anti-Indian, Why it is called anti-Indian? It is called anti-Indian because it is not prepared in India, although it is prepared by Indians, but not prepared not indigenous one. It is not indigenous one, as it is a borrowed one. It lack Gandhi's vision of constitution. What is Gandhi's vision of constitution? Gandhi's vision of constitution is कि उन्होंने यही कहा था कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऐसे बनाना जिसमें नीचे से नीचे तबके का आदमी को भी न्याय मिल सके या फिर उसको स्थान मिल सके। लेकिन नीचे लोकल आदमी का तो यहाँ पे मेंशन था ही नहीं, यानी कि लोकल आदमी कहाँ रहता है? पंचायत में। तो ओरिजिनली दिस concept of local government, that is panchayat, is not mentioned in the constitution. It is also criticized because of its elephant size, as it is lengthiest one. It is also shown the paradise of the laws because the provisions are not easily be understood by the common people, as it is dominated by the members who belong from during those times legal background. So it is also a paradise for the law. So this is a brief about time feature of the constitution. See you in next class. Thank you.